it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It means we get the official community blog post from Google Stadia, and it's a doozy. There's a lot to cover in there, so we better get started. Before we actually do get started, do me a favor. Click on the YouTube buttons down below. If you love discussing video games, then the Nerd Nest is the place for you. So click on those buttons right down below. And if you really are a big fan of Google Stadia, then come and hang out with us every single Sunday at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern. We sit down and record the #1 Google Stadia podcast, StadiaCast. So be there. Although I probably should mention that this coming week is Easter, so we're taking this week off. So we'll see you there in 2 weeks. All right, let's get started and talk about this week in Stadia, all of the stuff that's happening. We got 4 pro games coming in April. We've got 8 new games coming to Google Stadia this week, and we've got another free-to-play game on Google Stadia. There's a ton of really great news, so let's buckle up and get started. Number 1. 4 pro games coming in April. I would not have been surprised if I had seen the post from Google and they said, here's your pro games this week or this month. It's just this one game. I would have been like, you know what? That's fair. That's a pretty huge get. Now, if you're wondering what game I'm talking about, then you probably didn't see the video from last week where I told everybody that we were getting Resident Evil 7 as our as a pro game in April, coming on April 1st. So that means if you are a Stadia Pro subscriber, you will have access to Resident Evil 7 in just a couple of days, which is awesome news. You probably also didn't know that Resident Evil 8 is coming day and date on Google Stadia. And if you pre-order it, I believe it's before May 21st. That date may be wrong. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. If you pre-order it before May 21st, then you will also get a Stadia Premier Edition, which comes with a controller and a Chromecast Ultra. If you want to know all of the details for that, go check out the video that I posted last Monday about it. There'll be a link in the description down below. So with Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition being a pro game for April, I would not have been surprised if that was the only game in April. I mean, if you go back to when Stadia first launched, they said specifically it would be about 1 game a month. Now, it's never been 1 game a month. It's always been multiple games a month, and many months it's been like 6 or 7 games a month. It's been a fantastic deal. Stadia Pro is an awesome deal, and unlike we'll say Game Pass, which I'm not trying to say that one's better than the other because they're both awesome. But unlike Game Pass, once you claim the game, it's yours as long as you keep subscribing. It can't rotate out. So that's something to keep in mind. But Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition coming to Google Stadia on April 1st as a pro game, that could have been all you need. That could have been all you need. But they added 3 more games. That would be Ys 8 Lacrimose of Dana. I played that game on Nintendo Switch. It's a really, really cool, action-heavy JRPG. Very reminiscent of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I would say. But it's got a really cool combat system. It's a super JRPG. You know, it's a really great game. I never finished it, not because there's anything wrong with the game, but mostly because shiny things distract me, and I ended up getting distracted by something. So I ended up never coming back to the game. But Ys 8 Lacrimose of Dana, widely and highly respected. A lot of people love that game, and that's another pro game on Google Stadia. In addition to those 2 games on Google Stadia that we're getting for pro, they're also bringing SpongeBob SquarePants and the Battle for Bikini Bottom Hydrated. Now, this one I'm not terribly interested in. Not every game has to be for me. There's a lot of people out there that love this game, and now it's going to be a pro game, so everybody has access to it, which is really, really awesome. The last one was hilarious, is Piku Niku. I think every month since this game came out, my co-host on StadiaCast, Lloyd, has predicted every single month, I think Piku Niku is going to be the pro game or a pro game this month. And yesterday, not yesterday, this on Sunday, when we recorded the latest episode of Stadia Cast, we were talking about our guesses for what the pro games were going to be. And he didn't guess Piku Niku. And as soon as this blog post came out, Lloyd texted me. He goes, "The 1 month that I don't predict Piku Niku, that's when it comes through." So it's a puzzle game. I guess there's some creepy stuff going on in it. I haven't played it myself, but Piku Niku is also a Stadia Pro game. So that's, speaking of pro games, at the end of the month, there's always some games that you'll no longer be able to claim. Now, if you claimed them already, you will still be able to play them after the 31st, but you won't be able to claim them after the 31st. So those would be SteamWorld Quest. Fantastic game. If you haven't claimed it yet, absolutely claimed it. SteamWorld Dig 2, one of my favorite Metroidvanias of all time. Super Hot Mind Control Delete. Now, I haven't played that one yet, but I played Super Hot, and oh my god, that game is amazing. F1 2020, I don't care about racing games. I'm sure that there's a lot of people that do, and I've heard good things about F1 2020. And then finally, Hotline Miami, which is kind of like, I don't know, like GTA two-dimensional-ish. But anyway, those are the games that are leaving Stadia Pro on March 31st. So if you are watching this on Tuesday, then you still have time. If you're watching this on Wednesday, then you still have time. But if you were watching this on Thursday, it's too late. So maybe you should have turned on the little bell notification so that you would get the notification when I posted this. Just a little piece of advice for you. All right. Free for everybody is the Hitman free starter pack. Here's what they have to say about that. Want to live out the thrill of Hitman's sleek, stylish stealth assassin gameplay for free? Pick up Hitman, the free starter pack, available now to all players. There's going to be a link in the description down below so that you can do that. Just click the link and you can start playing. This curated experience consists of the Hitman tutorial mission and the Hitman 2 Night Call mission, including all challenges to play to your heart's content. That's awesome. Now, I took a pass on the Hitman games for an exceedingly long time, mostly because I saw it and I was just like, it's not really my jam. It's not something I'm terribly interested in. I've got enough to play. I'm not going to bother. When Hitman 3 came to Google Stadia and I tried it, my tune changed. It's not yes, it is about assassination, but it's a puzzle game. And it's a really, really fun puzzle game. And it's not the kind of puzzle game where you're trying to get everything perfect. You're just trying to pull off your mission in the coolest way possible. And it's incredibly fun. And now everybody can try it for free. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody with an internet connection. You don't have to have a fancy computer. You don't have to have a console. All you have to do is have a screen and an internet connection that's reasonable, and you can play Hitman for free. That's really fantastic. And the bonus here is that all state share stuff works with Hitman. So if you get this for free, you can then make missions and share those to your friends with a link. They don't even have to have the game in order to try it out. It's really cool, and I hope that more developers use state share like this. It's so cool that they're doing it. If you've never done state share, basically the way it works is I play the game, I get everything set up, I hit my screenshot button, and if the game supports it, it creates a state of a save state for that game, and then a link that is associated with it. And then if I share my screenshot to you, you can open that screenshot and start playing. It is the future. It's amazing. It's so cool. And I'm not just saying that because the Hitman guy's a bald guy like me. All right, so you can get that in the store right now. It's free, and that's a great way to jump in on Stadia if you've never tried it before. Moving on, more games coming to Stadia this week. I'm very excited about a bunch of these. So let's get started. Killer Queen Black. It is this amazing arcadey 4-on-4 esports style game, and the bonus it has complete crossplay with all other platforms. And because it has complete crossplay for all other platforms, that means it has a absolutely massive player base, and you shouldn't have any trouble getting somebody to play against. So basically, I'm not going to go into detail about how this game works, but the basics are you have 3 ways to win. You can kill the other team's queen, you can gather enough berries, or you can ride the snail across the finish line. And if those 3 things sound weird, it's because it's an incredibly weird game, but it's also super fun. If you haven't already joined our community Discord, there is a link in the description down below. Join our Discord, use the LFG channel, and find other people to play Killer Queen Black with, because you're going to have fun. And we have voice channels, so you guys can hang out and strategize with your friends. Trine 4, The Nightmare Prince. This is a co-op 4-player fun game. It hits the Stadia store today for $30, which reminds me the price for pro members for Killer Queen Black is $10. The price for everybody else is $14. That game also came out today, so you can play Killer Queen Black right now. Trine 4 comes out today for $30. That has like these 3 different characters. There's a big fat knight. There's like this, I don't know, weaselly wizard guy. And then there's this archer lady. And you solve puzzles depending on which character you're playing as in different ways. So like the knight has a big shield, and he can kind of hide behind that shield. The wizard can create, well, I haven't played Trine 4. I'm describing Trine 1. The wizard in the past could create like platforms and jump on them. And the archer can shoot things from far away and also like grapple and swing all over the place like Spider-Man. Really cool. Disco Elysium is on Stadia. Let's see which day. Also today for $40. It is incredibly popular. It won 3 BAFTAs, and it won a bunch of stuff at the Game Awards. I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about playing this game on Google Stadia. I gotta say, being able to play whenever, wherever is fantastic, and has really pulled me into playing more of games instead of getting distracted by shiny things. Nanotale Typing Chronicles, that's coming out March 31st for $20. That is part of the Stadia Makers program. Outriders, this is one that a lot of people are really excited about. It is a sci-fi based looter shooter. It's brand new, coming to Stadia along with other consoles as well. Comes out on April 1st for $60. This is definitely one that people have been eyeballing, and it's a really gorgeous looking game as well. So being able to play that on your Chromebook is very, very compelling. Cosmic Star Heroine. This is a futuristic time travel retro styled RPG, very reminiscent of things like Chrono Trigger. It's a really, really a great game, and that game is coming out also on April 1st for $15. I predicted that one was going to be a pro game, but it's not. Then we've got Kimono Heroes, which is a 4-player co-op side-scrolling ninja animal pixel art brawling. That's quite the description right there. That also comes April 1st for $15. And then Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel 3 is another JRPG. Now, we already knew that was coming to Stadia, but we didn't know when. Also on April 1st. There's a lot of games coming on April 1st, and that one's $60. Elder Scroll Online, one of my favorite MMOs of all time. You can play it free for 2 weeks. This is with Stadia Pro. So if you have Stadia Pro and you have not tried Elder Scrolls Online, now is your chance. I'm warning you right now. It is very easy to get completely hooked on that game. So be careful. Okay? You've been warned. It's not my fault anymore. Hitman 3 7 Deadly Sins is also waiting for us. This is the first add-on content for Hitman 3, which is an amazing game. That lands today. It says it's available to play instantly in Hitman 3, inviting players back to Dubai for a new escalation of the greed enumeration, as well as adding a golden rapacious suit and a brand new devil's cane. You can get Act 1 Greed for $4, or you can get the 7 Deadly Sins collection for $30 in the Stadia store. Then there are a bunch of Stadia Pro deals. I'm not going to open that up and click on it because there's going to be a bunch for you to look at. I will leave a link in the description down below so that you can check that out for yourself. But man, what a fantastic set of news to come for Google Stadia this week. Let me know in the comment section down below, which announcement are you most excited about? Is it Resident Evil 7 Biohazard being a pro game? Is it Ys 8? The big JRPG coming to Stadia Pro as well? Are you more excited that you're now going to be able to play Killer Queen Black with all of your friends? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, click on all of the YouTube buttons because it really does help. And just a reminder, we usually record StadiaCast at 10 a.m. on Sundays, but that's Easter this week, so we won't be doing it at 10 a.m. on Sunday, just to let everybody know. And we will see you guys next week for more Stadia news. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.